Welcome to the Positive Thinking Channel. Your life starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something funny. Everyone says they want to change their life, right? But when you ask them, how much time did you actually give to your dream today? They look totally confused. They say, I was so busy. Busy doing what? Busy watching other people live their dreams on a screen. Here's the simple truth. You don't need a New Year's resolution to change your life. You just need one focused hour every single day. 1 hour. That's it. But this 1 hour has to be sacredly yours. Not for your job, not for your friend's drama, and definitely not for your phone's notifications. It belongs to you and your future. The big problem is we treat our time like it's free water, but we panic when we lose money. People waste hours scrolling through feeds, gossiping, or saying, just one more episode, and then they complain. I wish I had time to work on myself. My friend, you did have the time. You just gifted it to someone else's company. Look around. The world isn't unfair. It's simply divided into two groups, those who waste hours and those who wisely use them. You can spend that 1 hour watching reels of someone else's success, or you can spend it building your own. The only difference between a dreamer and a doer is how they treat that time. Let me share a quick story. Years ago, I met a man who constantly complained, I have no time. He worked 9 to 6, came home exhausted, opened Netflix, and scrolled until midnight. One day, he drew a line. He decided 1 hour every night before bed. No excuses. I will study digital marketing. 1 year later, he quit his job and was running his own successful agency. Same 24 hours, same man, just one different powerful decision. That's what most people miss. Your life doesn't change in a year. It changes the moment you decide to give that 1 hour to yourself every single day. That is the moment your new life officially begins. People often say, 1 hour can't change anything. Really? How is it that 1 hour of a movie can totally change your mood? How can 1 hour of arguing ruin your entire day? And yet, 1 hour of focused work can't change your life? Of course it can. You just never gave it a real try. The secret to success is not being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the most consistent. And consistency starts with that one golden hour daily. No distractions, no noise, just you quietly building while the rest of the world is too tired or busy watching TV. In that 1 hour, you are no longer ordinary. That is the time that separates you from 99% of the population. That is the hour that decides who you will be 1 year from now. So from this day on, remember one simple rule. If you can win 1 hour, you can win your life. Now for the big question. What exactly should you do in that 1 hour? Because if you spend the full 60 minutes just thinking about what to do, congratulations, you've wasted it. Understand this, the hour is not about doing everything. It's about doing one single thing that clearly moves your life forward. Just one thing. Most people don't have a time problem. They have a focus problem. They don't know what to commit to. One day they want to start a business. The next day they want to be a content creator. The third day they're searching 10 ways to make money while you sleep. Friend, let's be real. You're not even fully awake yet. You can't build a new life in 1 day, but you can certainly start shaping it in 1 hour. And that starts with clarity. Ask yourself, what one skill, what one habit, what small action will definitely make my life better 1 year from now? Then dedicate that hour to it daily. Treat it like a vital meeting with your future successful self. Want to get fit? 1 hour of exercise. Want to learn a skill? 1 hour of study. Want to be financially strong? 1 hour learning how money truly works. Whatever you choose, make it non-negotiable. You know what I notice? People give their best energy to their jobs, their schools, their bosses, and when it's time to work on themselves, they sigh and say, "I'm too tired." Of course you're tired. You spent your whole day building someone else's dream. That 1 hour at night is the only time left to build your own. Here's the powerful equation. 1 hour on your dream beats 10 hours on your job. Why? Because the 1 hour is building your future, while the 10 hours are just paying for your present. Think of those people who want to start a small business but spend hours watching everyone else who already did it. They know every success story on social media except the one they are meant to create. If they simply spent one of those hours every day learning how to start, market, or sell, they would already be on their way. It's not about time, it's about trade. You trade your hours for entertainment, comfort, excuses, or growth. The smartest people trade at least 1 hour daily for their own personal growth. That is why one deeply focused hour is worth more than a completely distracted day. When you start giving yourself that dedicated hour every day, don't expect fireworks. There will be no big changes or miracles at first. In fact, it will feel boring because growth never feels exciting at the start. It feels slow and sometimes useless. You'll be reading, learning, planning, and a little voice in your head will whisper, "This isn't working. Nothing is changing." This is where 90% of people quit because they expect instant results from a patient process. Let me assure you, your life doesn't change while you're working. It changes because you worked. Change happens silently, behind the scenes. It's like your phone updating while you sleep. You don't see the process, but the next morning, it runs smoother and faster. That's what your 1 hour is doing for your life. You may not see the change after 7 days, but after 70 days, your close friends will start to notice. In 6 months, your mindset will be completely different. And in 1 year, your entire life will look unrecognizable. You will speak differently. You will walk with an unshakable confidence, and you will stop wasting time arguing because you'll be too busy building something that speaks for itself. People will say, "Wow, you've changed." And you will simply smile and think, "Yes, I have. I finally gave myself the time I deserved." Remember the video game story? The guy who traded 1 hour of gaming for 1 hour of coding? After 1 year, he was earning more as a freelancer. People call him lucky, but he is not lucky. He is consistent. That's what 1 hour does. It makes you lucky in slow motion. You realize you don't need motivation every single day. You need momentum. And that daily 1 hour is the engine that creates it. It's like planting a tiny seed. If you water it daily, it grows tall and strong. If you dig it up every week to check the roots, it dies. Success grows the same way, slowly, silently, but surely. And after a few months, that 1 hour becomes the best part of your day because it's yours. It's the only time you feel truly proud, alive, and in charge of your destiny. You start realizing you're not just working on goals, you are becoming the kind of person who achieves them. Here's the amazing part of progress. When you commit to 1 hour of growth daily, the world suddenly starts treating you differently. Not because they changed, but because you did. Most people live on autopilot. They wake up, rush to work, complain, scroll, sleep, and repeat. Their life is an old playlist, same songs, different days. The moment you give 1 hour to your own growth, you quietly step out of that trap. You start seeing what others can't, that most people are busy but not productive, tired but not fulfilled, connected online but disconnected from themselves. Your 1 hour is the exit door from that cycle. At first, people around you might laugh. "Oh, look at you, reading a book now." They'll joke and roll their eyes, but wait a few months. Those same people will be messaging you for advice. Why? because success is quiet in the beginning and loud in the end. You'll see your friend circle change. When you grow, you naturally outgrow. The people who only gossip will suddenly feel boring. The people who talk about big ideas, plans, and growth will start feeling magnetic. That's how you know your mindset has truly upgraded. And it all started with 60 minutes. Remember the girl who worked at the local store? She was always exhausted, always complaining. One day, she gave 1 hour every night to free digital marketing tutorials. 6 months later, she got her first client. 1 year later, she quit her job and was earning 5 times more working from home. All because she invested that one unpaid hour before anyone, even she, fully believed in her. That is the power of your unseen